Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Right, so let's take a look at the guitar solo from Thing About You by the Stray Cats. This is just the regular version on Let's Go Faster. It's got, the various versions, from the demos or the other stuff. It's based around like similar ideas, but this is on like the Let's Go Faster version. So, the solo we've got, we're going to start with an E minor. So it's E minor, C, G, D, A minor. It's coming from like a chorus which sort of ends with a. Second time round, rather than D, A minor, we just stay on the D. Now the solo, which is sort of unique from the rest of the song, we now have like a change which go to a C. So C for 2 bars, A minor for 2 bars, and we do that again. And then that sort of takes us back into that kind of riff. So yeah, I'll just play through like the chords actually, so this D which I'm going to play is kind of like the end of the chorus, and then the E minor will be the start of the guitar solo. So for me, so we start off. There's a few ways it could be kind of played. Sort of Brian, it sounds often will bounce off the fretted notes of a chord. I'm kind of just implying this kind of E minor. I'm just using my second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, and then I've got the open third, second, and sort of first if I need them. I kind of play with my thumb, because I'm going to sort of play this first part sort of like finger style. So I use pick the second fret of the fourth string and then the open high E. Sometimes I might play the high E and high B together. Maybe I'll bounce back off the second fret of the fourth string before I play then the third fret of the second string, the seventh of our E minor, like the seventh of the chord. And then an open B. And the reason I kind of say bouncing, because it's sort of Brian is just kind of static. Could even fret the whole E minor. I guess out of habit, just sort of looking at this solo at the moment, I've just started playing this one note fretted, but really it wouldn't hurt to play the whole chord. Perhaps even sweeps through it. With things like this, really you want to listen and hear what really are the melody notes, the accented notes. It's kind of those, really. So it's really getting the rhythm of those in kind of context with you just bouncing off the E minor shape. Into a C, he kind of picks through this. So just a regular C major, but I'm going to pick through, the fifth string, fourth, third. Use my thumb. But again, use whatever sort of finger style, or even with a pick if you. It's possible he comes back on himself a bit. So 5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. In terms of strings. Maybe play the third string again. I'll let that ring give us a chance now to move into this next part. So that's over the E minor C. So now over G. I kind of use my thumb and a finger here. I'm going to play the 4th and 3rd, and then hammer on to the 2nd fret of the 4th and 3rd. And then I play the 3rd and 2nd together. And maybe I'll hammer those, or sometimes I'll pick them. And then the open 4th and 3rd again. And then 1st on the 2nd string and 2nd on the 3rd string. And then open 3rd and 2nd. And then 2nd fret, 4th and 3rd strings. And then open 4th and 3rd. So that's over our G. And now the D A minor. We're actually kind of highlights kind of a D, so I'm playing the 2nd fret on the 3rd and the 3rd fret on the 2nd. And then I just, with my 3rd finger, play the 4th fret on the 3rd and still pick the 3rd on the 2nd. And then just take my 1st finger off the 2nd fret of the 3rd, play the open 3rd string on the 3rd fret of the 2nd. Trying to decide now. Perhaps to move back, because for the A minor we want now this 2nd fret on the 4th and 2nd fret on the 3rd string fretted to kind of end the phrase. So you could again. So then the open 3rd and 2nd. So then back to the E minor. So then we'll a little kind of a pickup, which is like the open G. So open G, then a bend on the 2nd of the G, up a whole step basically, and release, and play the open G again. And then similar idea, but this time with no sort of open string until the end of the phrase. So bend on the 3rd, up a whole step basically, of the 2nd string, release it, and then the open 2nd string. Same on the 1st string, bend up on the 3rd fret, release, and then open string. And bring that back down, so we move that lick back onto the 2nd string, and then the 3rd string. And that'll be over the E minor and C again. Fell all over the place then. So then we move to our G and D. So after this time, like I said earlier, we stay on the G. We stay in the D rather than D A minor. So 3rd fret on the low E, then slide from the 5th to the 7th on the low E, and 5th fret on the A, 7th fret on the A, 5th fret on the D, and then slide from the 7th to the 9th on the D, which kind of mirrors sliding in the kick. So it's the same position, you know, in a different octave. It's over the G. It's now over D. So 7, 9 on the G. And then 8 on the B. So 8 on the B, and then a bend on the 9th on the G. And we release that back down to the 9th. Pick the 7th and slide down to the 5th. So this now moves into that section I said before about the C to A minor. So I'm going to bend up on the 7th of the G, more or less, you know, I guess a whole step. And with my little finger, sort of bar the 8th on the 1st and 2nd strings. And with that bend sort of held, you know, we get that kind of, you know, pedal steel kind of sort of bleeding thing. Then, so, and I kind of, as I'm bringing this bend, I'm going to pick this bend which and bring it down, but I kind of play through the 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings all together. And perhaps even as I take the 3rd finger off to play this note on the 5th fret of the 6th, I'm still going to maybe keep that little bar with my little finger. And then kind of brain kind of jumps down a little. And I guess he's really kind of just going with the rhythm he's doing there, which is just kind of like this hammer up from the 5th to the 7th on the D. So hammer from the 5th to the 7th on the D, and then back to the 5th on the D. And this time, as a kind of upstroke, I play the 5th fret again on the D to bring. And then slide from the 7th to the 5th on the A. But what I wanted to say, he kind of hits this open A also, so at that point, as we do that first, hammer from the 5th to the 7th on the D. And it hits that open A as well. In fact, I'd probably play all those as downstrokes, except there, or maybe not there. So slide from the 7th to the 5th on the A, to the 3rd on the A, and then I would say pull off with the to the open A, and then the 3rd fret on the E, the G. I'm getting to this A minor. So as I play that G, I'm going to play the open A and give myself, with that open A, chance to play the A minor. Kind kind of pick through it. Or like that kind of 1, 2, 1, 2. And then want to move up to this kind of, you know, half bar A minor, you know, 7th fret on the 4th, and then barring with my first string on the 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings on the 5th. Here it kind of, as we move this A minor up and back down, we'll do this kind of sort of 5-note kind of strum. He does something like this here also. So we'll do that, and then and that last, you know, and here we're doing like another again, kind of like an A minor 7th, or it depends in another context, it's a C, but here, so I'm still making a little bar over the 1st, 2nd and 3rd strings with my first finger, this time at the 12th, my second finger on the 14th of the 2nd string, and my 3rd finger the 14th of the 4th string. Then 5 times. And back to this position 5 again. Over the C to A minor, then C A minor again, and this, so now over the C. So that's what, you know, kind of in this position. I'm just really just not really thinking too much about where I'm going to start this slide, but we want to end up at the 9th on the 3rd string, and then 8th on the 1st. Then we move through this kind of idea. So then sliding from the 9th to the 10th on the G, and 10th on the high E, and 10th to the 12th on the G, and 10th on the, 12th on the high E. That's over our C. Now over our A minor. So I'm playing the 15th fret on the high E, bend that up a whole fret, whole step, sorry, and then play the 15th again. And then the second time, as I bend up, it's a bit more kind of lazy coming down. And then to the 12th on the high E. And that, even again, and then this bend on the 2nd string, the 15th, it's kind of scooped in and kind of implied to be pulled off to the 12th fret of the B. And then so 13th on the B, and then hammer on, pull off from the 12th, 13th, 12th on the B. And then 14th on the G and 14th on the D. This is kind of like working through like an arpeggio of an A minor shape. We do that 2 times. And then 15th on the A. And then back to the 14th on the D, then 15th on the A. Let's see. And then finally we kind of finished with this slide from the A, so the 12th to the 10th on the A. So let's see. Try that a bit slower even. So yeah, it's it's pretty tough solo in some respects, but it had a lot of great kind of sets of rhythms in there, lots of really great ideas from Brian. So give it a try, and yep, have fun, take care, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.